Hello everyone, and happy holidays from Arby's Toy Box. I wanted to take a couple of minutes in today's video to kind of talk about a few things, talk about some Easter eggs of some stuff that we got coming up. But first and foremost, I'm really appreciative of a couple of companies that have stayed afloat throughout the whole COVID thing and just the economy turning the way it is. And that's comic book stores that are keeping their doors open. And for people like you and me that are out there being customers for places like that, I know there's a lot of stuff you can get on eBay. I keep eBay probably personally in business myself. But when you look at those local businesses that really are, I mean, they've got overhead, they've got rent, they've got, they got to keep the electric on. It really does help them when they see that door open and people come in and they buy something. And, if I'm going to make the trip, we have one really awesome one I'm going to take a shout out to because I just picked up a Nintendo NES that I've wanted for quite some time. And I didn't get one on eBay because, most of them that I saw, they were like, we'll sell it to you, but there's no guarantees. This guy takes the equipment and he completely refurbishes them, new control boards and everything, and then he sells them for the same price as you get them on eBay. And the same thing with his games. When he gets his games in, he cracks these babies open, he cleans them up, and then puts them on the shelf. So, I mean, he's got a really good business. The name of the company, I got it on my phone here. He's on Facebook. It's the Arcade 80s, the Arcade 80'S, the Arcade 80s. He's on Facebook. He's located in Winter Haven, Florida, and you want to check him out and go to his Facebook page. He's got bunches of pictures of stuff. He will ship stuff to you. But it's a really good store. I mean, a nice business owner there. They've got a good team of people that's very knowledgeable, and they've got a cool arcade in the back. I mean, you could go in the back and around the corner, and they've got a bunch of vintage arcade games in there. And I mean, I'll go in there on a Friday night and I'll just stand there in the corner and just listen to the ambiance of those sounds from my youth. It is really a cool place to go. He's got Pops, he's got vintage video game systems, he's got all kinds of video games, obviously, as well. I picked up the NES, I picked up several games from him. He's looking for some Pops for me as well. I picked up this little guy right over here, too, obviously from the game. Let me get this thing. Dun, dun, dun. So, this is pretty cool too. Da, da, da. I might do a review on this here in the coming weeks or months here. It just depends on how things go. But isn't this such a cool little thing? I'm just saying. But I got that from him too. But there are a lot of vintage, video game places out there and toy places out there that really need people like you and I, and get that set back up, really need people like you and I to patronize them, not patronize, patronize, and go in there and buy something from them, right? And help keep these types of businesses in business. Now, that being said, there are some other places and other things I'm going to talk about. One of those is an Easter egg for you guys, and that is with old St. Nick right here. Okay, now this is one of the XXL Playmobil's characters. Now, he's been out of stock forever, and if you go over on different places online, including eBay, he's up there as $150 to $200 and sometimes $300 and $400. They're a lot over European. They haven't shipped in, obviously more money, but if you just go to the Playmobil website and you just, scroll, you won't find these XXLs. You have to search specifically for them, and you will find that they currently have 2 of them on there. Shh, just you and me know this. This is one of them. I don't know if they still have them in stock, but when I came back in stock, I jumped on them. They just happened to come back during a 20% off sale, so I nailed this guy. It was like $48 or something. But, nice big 2-foot plus 2 tall Santa Claus, and I mean, I just love this guy. And absolutely, but you gotta know where to look. Otherwise, you're gonna get, you want this, you go to eBay, you're gonna pay. But they have these, or at least had, you can check Playmobil, you know, the US one, and make sure you search for XXL and find this one and the pirate one that they've got. Now, the cool thing with them is if you know how to take them apart a little bit, you can do what I did with RJ and Kevin and, you know, make your own little Playmobil characters out of them. A lot of people do this, no big deal. Just put a nice hat on them. This is Kevin. He likes the you know, Star Trek stuff here, and then RJ right here. And, you know, he's still got the striped shirt on it, but, you know, you can do the same thing as everybody else does. You just, you know, get your little cameo or your cricket, and you can create your little bow tie and button down shirt or whatever you want for these guys, really, and really have your own cool little custom characters. And these are also, if again, you go on eBay, they are super expensive, and it's the pirate one that you get, and it comes with the great big green bandana on his head with a, you know, skull and crossbones on the front. But you can pick these up, you know, 30, 40, 50 bucks, just depending on what time of year and if they're running any sales or anything. But again, they're not on the regular page. You have to go searching for them and to be able to find them. Now, obviously, also for some of you Playmobil guys, you know that the Star Wars Klingon ship has just recently dropped. I am hoping that Santa Claus might bring that to me, and if he won't, Mr. Claus will probably pick him up in the early portions of this 2023 season. But I'm on the fence. I mean, you know, in the comments below, tell me what you think, because I went out the first day and I got the Enterprise at its $500 price tag, and then if I would have just waited for 8 months, you know, they're on Amazon right now for $325. So this one's pushing $200. Will it be on Amazon in 5 or 6 months for $125? Tell me down below in the comments what you think, and that might help me decide whether or not I'm going to wait or I'm going to just jump on it and get it. Now, with that also, you know, with the holiday season coming up, we've got just a little bit of time before December 25th to remember to go out and shop local with these local business owners. Make sure you do that, and make sure you check back in with RB's Toy Box for some of the cool fun stuff that we've got coming up. We still have a Kennedy Space Center trip coming up. We've got Bartow, Sci-Fi Bartow in Bartow, Florida. They have a big blowout every year in Bartow, Florida. And that's in February. And we will be there doing live streams and interviews with some of the organizers down there. There's a couple comic book stores. They're going to have a car show. They're going to have, I mean, guest characters out there. It is going to be a blast. RB's Toy Box will be there. In addition to that, we've got a trip coming up to the Neutral Zone, probably February, March time frame. Just depends on where it coincides with the Sci-Fi Bartow, because sometimes they're the same weekend for when they have their fan appreciation. So I plan on being out there for that as well. But you stay tuned to RB's Toy Box. Make sure you are on my Facebook channel and my Instagram. RB's Toy Box, everything I got. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, RB's Toy Box, or at RB's Toy Box, and the website, rbstoybox.com. There's two big things also to mention coming up in 2023. Number one, some of you have asked, and I am going to try to deliver. We're going to try to take a line of merchandise and make them available for people to purchase if they would wish to do so. Profits will go towards me expanding my collection. But the RB's Toy Box logo is going to be available on hats and t-shirts and things of that nature. I'm working with a company right now to try to get all that worked out and make it affordable, because a lot of these things are stupid expensive. I mean, it was like $130 just to get 6 of these hats. I mean, it's not going to be that expensive. I'm going to use one of those print-on-demand companies. The other thing is I am now a granddad. Yay! My daughter Damietta and her husband saw fit to make me a grandfather, and as such, I have been recording bedtime stories for her. And I had so much fun with that, I am going to start a portion playlist of the Arby's Toy Box YouTube channel dedicated to reading 5-minute, 10-minute bedtime stories for little kids or even adults that just want me to read them to sleep or something. Don't get Relaxium sleep. Listen to Arby's Toy Box. I will read you to sleep. But I mean, I enjoyed that so much obviously with my kids when they were young. And it's been so long since I did it, I forgot how much I enjoyed reading those old bedtime stories. So I've got a little collection of vintage books that I'll be reading, some Disney books, Star Trek and Star Wars books too. And some of them, they're going to be a bit of a series as well, especially with the Star Wars. I'm going to have and Star Trek, I have a series of stories that I'm going to break up into chapters and read those as a collective as well. So just something, fun to do, with Arby's Toy Box. We don't monetize this thing or anything, just me sharing my passion with others. And if you made it this far into the video, congratulations, because according to my analytics, not many people make it this far. So thank you for making it this far. Make sure that you share Arby's Toy Box with everyone. Make sure you like this down below. Leave a cool comment if you appreciate what you're seeing here. Make sure you're over there on our Arby's Toy Box with Facebook and Instagram. And I've got some funny videos that I plan on making here pretty soon. Going to be featuring my Mustang as well. And I also have something you guys haven't seen very much of. I have a pretty decent sized NASCAR and automotive collection downstairs as well. It's in the garage, so I don't show that case that off very much. But I'm going to be making some videos specific towards that, because there is some techniques that you have to use when working with vintage NASCAR. And I'm going to be going through and talking about that, because you will get ripped off fast if you don't know what you're doing when you're buying NASCAR collectibles. So I hope you enjoyed this short little video. Happy holidays from Arby's Toy Box. I will try to squeeze in another video before the end of the year if I can. But I've got a job to keep up too. So I appreciate you guys. You guys have the happiest of holidays, and I look forward to seeing you towards the end of this year and into 2023.